Most people chasing side hustles in 2026 are looking in the wrong places. They're either drowning in AI hype videos promising passive income with zero effort, or they're out power washing driveways in the summer heat. But there's a lane nobody's really covering: boring, unglamorous online side hustles that are always hiring, require no degree, and quietly pay well enough to cover a car payment, a rent contribution, or a full second income if you stack a couple of them. These are the best online side hustle 2026 options that don't make for flashy thumbnails, but they do make for real deposits. 7 of them on today's list. Real numbers on each one. I'll give every single item an honest opportunity score out of 10 so you can compare them at a glance. And I'll rank them at the end and tell you exactly which one to start with if you've only got time for one. And I want to flag one thing early. Number 4 on this list is the one most people skip because it sounds too simple, but it's actually the fastest path to a recurring paycheck with zero upfront cost. And I'll show you exactly how to set it up using a free tool before the end of this video. These aren't passive income side hustles in the set it and forget it fantasy sense. They're more like steady earners, the kind where you do real work and get real money, and then the compounding kicks in over time if you're consistent. That distinction matters because most of the people watching this have been burned by the hype version, so let's just be straight with each other. Here's number 1. AI content reviewer and output tester. This one sits at the intersection of two real trends: the explosion in AI-generated content and the fact that AI companies desperately need humans to evaluate whether their outputs are actually good. Platforms like Scale AI and Remotasks pay per task for things like rating AI responses for quality, flagging inaccurate or harmful content, and testing whether an AI model follows instructions correctly. No degree required. You apply, pass a short onboarding quiz, and you're in. The pay range is roughly $8 to $18 per hour depending on the task type and platform, with some specialized review tasks, things like evaluating legal or medical AI outputs, pushing toward the higher end. It's not glamorous money, but it's real money, and there's a consistent pipeline of work because every AI company on Earth is in a race to fine-tune their models right now. This is one of the cleaner ways to make money with AI side hustle work, and it doesn't require you to build anything. Here's the honest catch though: the work is inconsistent by design. Some weeks there's a flood of tasks, other weeks the queue is dry. That's not a bug, it's how these platforms operate. They batch work out to contractors based on project cycles, not a steady weekly schedule. So this one works best as a supplement, not a sole income source. If you treat it like a freelance gig you pick up during high-volume cycles, it earns its keep. Opportunity score: 6 out of 10. The barrier to entry is almost zero. Demand is real, but the income ceiling is moderate and the inconsistency caps it. Number 2 is data labeling and annotation. And before your eyes glaze over, I know, hear me out, because this is the quiet backbone of literally everything in AI right now. Every AI model you've ever used learned from labeled data. Someone had to look at an image and draw a box around the dog. Someone had to read a sentence and tag whether it's positive or negative. That someone can be you, and platforms like Appen, Labelbox, and Scale AI's contributor network are always hiring for it. Take Marcus, a warehouse worker in Cleveland who picked this up on evenings. He was making an extra $200 to $300 a month within his first few weeks just doing image annotation tasks during his lunch break and after dinner. Not life-changing on its own, but consistent. The pay is modest per task, typically $6 to $15 per hour equivalent, depending on task complexity. But the volume is genuinely high, and the work is almost always available. You're not going to get rich labeling data, but here's the thing most people miss. Data labeling is one of the few online side hustle ideas where you can legitimately start earning within 48 hours of signing up, with no portfolio, no pitch, and no waiting for clients to hire you. The honest catch is that it's genuinely repetitive. There's a reason it pays per task and not per hour on most platforms. The work is high volume and low complexity. Your earnings scale with how fast and accurate you are, so the learning curve is short, but the ceiling is real. Opportunity score: 6 out of 10. Beginner-friendly, always hiring, low ceiling. But as a starter gig or income floor, it's underrated. Number 3, and this is the one that's genuinely underrated even among people who've heard of the category, is Transcription QA, not basic transcription. Most people think transcription means typing out what someone says, and yes, that market is getting squeezed by AI. But what the AI tools can't do reliably is catch their own mistakes. That's where Transcription QA comes in. Platforms like Rev and Verbit now use AI to generate a first draft transcript, and then they pay human reviewers to go through that draft and correct errors, wrong words, missed punctuation, speaker labels that got mixed up, technical vocabulary the AI mangled. It's proofreading for audio, essentially, and it pays better than raw transcription because it requires judgment, not just speed typing. The realistic pay range is $15 to $25 per audio hour reviewed, which isn't the same as clock hours. A trained reviewer can often get through an audio hour in 40 to 60 minutes of actual work, so your effective hourly rate sits around $15 to $20 once you're comfortable with the process. This is a solid make money with AI entry point because the AI is doing the heavy lifting, and you're the quality gate. The catch is real though. This requires genuine attention to detail. You're not just skimming, you're listening and reading simultaneously, catching subtle errors. People who get frustrated with picky editing work don't last long in this one, but people who are naturally detail-oriented find it weirdly satisfying. Opportunity score, 7 out of 10. Better pay than raw transcription, growing demand, and the AI tools are actually creating more of this work, not less. Okay, number 4. This is the one I mentioned at the top, the one most people scroll past because it sounds too simple. It's the digital product reseller model using PLR content and a free funnel builder. Here's how it works. PLR stands for private label rights. It means you buy a piece of digital content, usually a template, an ebook, a checklist, or a swipe file, and you have the legal right to rebrand it and sell it as your own. You're not writing it from scratch. You're buying it cheap, often $1 to $15, customizing it so it doesn't look generic, and selling it through a simple sales funnel. The income potential here is real. People who do this with focus and decent niche selection are earning anywhere from a few $100s to $2,000 a month, some more with the right setup. Now here's the part most people skip. The free tool. System.io is a completely free platform that lets you build the whole thing. A landing page, a checkout, an email sequence to follow up with buyers, and a product delivery page. The free plan is enough to get a real product in front of real buyers. You don't need to spend money on website builders, email tools, or a shopping cart. This is one of the most legitimate AI automation business ideas in the sense that you're building a lightweight system that runs while you're not watching it. The link to System.io is in the description. And no, there's no cost to start. The honest catch is niche selection. Most PLR content is painfully generic. Productivity tips for entrepreneurs type stuff that nobody specific is searching for. The people who fail with this model buy the cheapest PLR bundle they can find, slap a new cover on it, and wonder why nobody buys. The people who succeed get specific. PLR for nurses doing continuing education. PLR templates for real estate agents. PLR for wedding planners. Specific beats generic every single time. This is a genuine passive income side hustle with compounding upside. Once your funnel is running, every new sale happens without additional labor from you. Opportunity score, 8 out of 10. Low upfront cost, scalable, and the free System.io setup removes the biggest excuse most people have for not starting. But the next one, number 5, is where it gets interesting for people who don't want to create anything at all. The affiliate newsletter drop. Here's the simple version. You build a small email list around a specific niche, something like budget travel, beginner investing, home improvement on a tight budget, whatever you actually know something about. And every week or every 2 weeks, you send one email. That email contains genuinely useful content and one affiliate link. When someone in your list clicks through and buys, you earn a commission. Realistically, a list of 500 to 1,000 engaged subscribers in the right niche can generate $200 to $800 per month in affiliate commissions, depending on what you're promoting. This is one of the cleaner online side hustle ideas because the asset you're building, the email list, is something you actually own, unlike a social media following. The platforms don't control who sees your emails. Your list is yours. Free tools like the email component of System.io or Beehive's free tier handle the sending and the list management. The catch is timing. This one does not pay in week 1. List growth takes 60 to 90 days before the income feels real, and that's only if you're consistent about growing it. Most people abandon it around day 45 because they can't see the money yet. The ones who make it to day 90 almost always stick around, because by then the momentum is clear. This is an honest, unhyped version of passive income side hustles. There's work up front, but eventually the ratio flips and the email list starts doing the heavy lifting. Opportunity score, 7 out of 10. Slow start, but the asset builds over time, and the ceiling is genuinely high for the right niche. This next part is the one most people zone out on. I'm going to talk about backend VA work, which sounds completely unsexy, and most people skip it because it doesn't fit the AI hype narrative. Stick with me though, because this is quietly one of the most in-demand gigs right now, and it has almost no competition from other people chasing side hustles. Number 6. Backend virtual assistant for AI agencies. Here's what's happening in the market. There are hundreds, maybe thousands, of small agencies right now that have been built around selling AI automation services to local businesses. Things like automated lead follow-up, AI-driven appointment booking, content repurposing workflows. These agencies are run by 1 or 2 people. They're growing fast, and they desperately need human admin support. Not AI support, human support. Someone to manage client onboarding documents. Someone to set up tasks in their project management tool. Someone to help clients navigate the automations they just paid for. The pay for this kind of back-end VA work sits between $20 and $45 per hour on freelance platforms like Contra and TopTow, with some ongoing retainer arrangements landing in the $1,200 to $2,000 per month range for part-time hours. That's a real number, not a best-case scenario. This is one of the more concrete AI automation business ideas from the human side. You're not building the automations, you're supporting the people who do. The catch is a short but real learning curve. These agencies work in tools like Make, formerly Integromat, and Zapier, and you'll need baseline fluency in at least one of them. Most people can get functional in a weekend with free YouTube tutorials. It's not coding, it's drag and drop logic. But you do need to put in that weekend before you pitch yourself as someone who can help. Opportunity score, 8 out of 10. High demand, low competition in this specific niche, genuine upside if you pick up retainer clients. One more. Number 7. AI prompt pack creator. This one is the closest thing on this list to a true make money with AI play in 2026, and it's not what most people picture when they hear that phrase. You're not building an AI tool. You're selling organized libraries of prompts, pre-written instructions designed to get specific results from AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude, packaged for a specific professional audience. Think 50 prompts for real estate agents, or a content calendar prompt pack for Etsy sellers, or a productivity prompt bundle for nurses. These sell on Gumroad, Etsy, and even standalone System.io pages for anywhere from $7 to $47 per pack. And the people doing this with real niche specificity are seeing monthly revenue of $500 to $3,000, sometimes more on a breakout product. It doesn't require any coding, any AI expertise beyond being a regular user, and the creation process takes a dedicated weekend. The honest catch is that this market is filling fast. 2 years ago, you could sell a generic 1,000 ChatGPT prompts bundle and it would move. In 2026, that's a commodity and it goes nowhere. What sells is hyper-specific. Prompts for real estate agents handling expired listings. Prompt pack for Etsy shop owners writing product descriptions. The more specific the audience, the less competition, and the better the conversion. Opportunity score, 7 out of 10. Low barrier, real demand, but specificity is now the entry requirement. Generic won't cut it. Alright, now for the verdict, because you deserve a straight read on how these actually stack up. The 2 highest scores go to digital product reseller and back-end VA for AI agencies, both at 8 out of 10. Those are the 2 where your income has the best combination of startup accessibility, real demand, and a ceiling that doesn't cap out at minimum wage. The surprise winner, the one most people on this list would bet was the sleeper, is actually the back-end VA role. Nobody talks about it because it doesn't sound exciting. It doesn't have a flashy AI angle, but the demand is real, the pay is real, and there are barely any people positioning themselves for it right now. That's a gap that won't stay open forever. The most overrated on the list, honestly? Basic AI content review at a flat 6 out of 10. Not because it doesn't work, it does, but because the inconsistency in work volume makes it unreliable as a foundation. It's a supplement, not a strategy. The sleeper that earns its score quietly is the affiliate newsletter drop. It takes the longest to pay off, but what you're building is an asset that belongs to you and compounds over time. Most of the other items on this list pay you once for the time you put in. A good email list keeps paying. Now, what the numbers don't show. All of these income ranges assume you're consistent and you're picking a niche with actual demand, not just one you find personally interesting. They don't account for taxes. Set aside at least 25 to 30% of whatever you earn from these because you're a contractor, not an employee, and that self-employment tax will find you. The data labeling and AI review work especially. There are periods where the platforms go quiet and the income drops to near zero. Don't plan a budget around the ceiling. Plan it around the floor. The ramp time is real across all of them. Even the fastest starter, data labeling, takes a week or two of onboarding before you see your first payment. The newsletter drop takes 60 to 90 days minimum. The PLR funnel model takes however long it takes you to build the thing, usually a weekend to 2 weeks depending on your pace. Here's the honest start here recommendation. If you've got the next 30 days and you want to pick one, start with the digital product reseller model. Here's why. The PLR content costs almost nothing. System.io is free, the link's in the description. You don't need a client to say yes to you. You don't need a platform to accept you. The only thing standing between you and a live product is a niche decision and a free account setup. And once it's running, every sale that comes in is income you didn't have to trade an hour of your time for. In the first 30 days, do these things in order. Pick one specific niche. Find PLR content for that niche on sites like plr.me or Master Resell Rights. Rebrand it with a free tool like Canva. Set up a simple funnel in System.io and get it in front of people. A Reddit community, a Facebook group, an Etsy listing, wherever your niche hangs out. That's the whole plan. It's not complicated, but it's also not zero effort, so don't let anyone tell you it is. This isn't about getting rich by next month. It's about building something that actually pays, quietly, without a million followers and without quitting your job first. That's what the best online side hustle 2026 actually looks like for most people. Not a screenshot, a habit. If this was useful, a like genuinely helps YouTube show it to other people who are in the same place, looking for something real. And there are a few more videos on the channel digging into the specific tools and setup processes for these if you want to go deeper on any one of them. Pick one. Start this weekend. Let the boring stuff pay the bills.